Hi, everyone. I'm James Eade of the Eade Foundation. You can call me Jim. The Eade Foundation is dedicated to building communities through chess. Doesn't matter what language you speak, doesn't matter what country you're from. If you play chess, it's a universal language. You can play chess with anyone. And if you connect it to the internet, you can play with anyone, anytime, anywhere. We don't care what language you speak. We don't care what country you're from. You can play chess with anyone at any time. And if you're part of the chess community, if you're part of any community, you are never alone. And today's show is the Chess Files. The answers are out there. And the question we're trying to answer today is, what's your next best move? And to answer that, because that question can apply to chess and it can apply to life. And to answer that, I've asked Orrin Checkmate Hudson to join me on the show and to tell me what he thinks is the best answer. Hello, Orrin. How are you today?
Oh, best day of my life, James. I appreciate you. I appreciate your passion, and I appreciate your commitment to giving back and making the world a better place.
Thank you, Orrin. I appreciate that very much. And the reason I asked you to join us is because I feel the same thing about you. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing in the chess world and what you're doing in life to help others.
Well, I'm doing something for senior citizens, which I it's a new game for me, where I'm working with senior citizens, teaching them every Tuesday and Thursday how to play chess. And coming up this coming Friday, I'm doing a I'm gonna be launching my own show on Thursday, but this coming Friday I'm gonna be doing a how to make 2021 your best year ever, a workshop for children and adults and parents and all the whole gamut. But I'm always trying to find ways to share what I've learned to help others.
That is wonderful. And when you're talking about sharing with others, you're talking about chess and life, because chess can teach you life lessons. Do you agree
Yeah,
with?
yeah. Chess can teach you. Before you do anything, you have to do something else, and pattern recognition and critical thinking and decision making and learning to wait. Sometimes you have to make some waiting moves. Sometimes you have to pause. Sometimes you have to pivot. Sometimes you have to be precise. So there's a lot of P's that you can learn from the game of chess. You got to pause. You got to ponder. You got to pray before you proceed, because you can make one move in life and never recover.
It's always true. When I've said in chess is that you can make 40 good moves and one bad move can ruin everything. And it's the same in life. You can be doing everything right, make one bad decision, and your life can be altered forever. So these are the lessons that chess teaches us. And sometimes in chess, you need a mentor. In life, you need a mentor, and in chess, you need a mentor. You need a coach. You need someone to help you understand what the next best move might be for you. And so you play that role in chess, teaching chess to children, but you also play that role in teaching them their next best move in life as well. And
Right. And I tell children all the time that your next best move may look like a bad move. When Magnus Carlsen won $1 million in the match in New York against Sorokin, he sacrificed the queen. He put his queen on Henry VI, and he didn't get anything for it. He didn't get a piece. He didn't get anything. He gave the queen away for free. The king is in check. The king must take with the pawn or take with the king. Either way is checkmate. But most people would have never even considered that move, because they said, well, I can't get my queen away for free. Yes, you can.
yes,
Because he who shall lose his life shall gain his life. And so what I teach young people is life is a paradox. It's the opposite what you think. You think you give, you lose. No, you give, you win. And giving creates the receiving process.
so you give to receive, and I've always said, if you help others to ease their pain and suffering, you diminish your own. It's amazing how it works. But if you help others, you actually help yourself as well. Have you found that to be true, Oren?
Yeah, let me say it another way. What you sincerely desire for others will happen for you. Go out of your way to create value for others and miracles happen. Let me give you an example. A lady came to my office and she was having trouble because she got a ticket for having a expired tag. And I was helping her and I was doing some stuff, making some phone calls and helping her. And I said, now, and I was showing her an example on my tag. And I looked at my tag and my tag was expired for over a year.
Oh my goodness.
And see how I'm trying to help her. I was able to pay by. It was no fee. I ain't had to pay no penalty or that. I just called and paid. It was a but the mere fact that I stopped everything I was doing to help her created value for me. Another story. I called this lady. This lady the other day posted on Facebook. She said, I stayed in line 7 hours, and when I got to the front of the line to get some free food, all the food was gone. And the story touched me. So I called her. I said, listen, I said, come to my office and I'm going to give you whatever you did not get. And she said, or no, 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 no. I was actually in line for someone else. But since you called me, I'm going to do something for you. I was like, wow. So life is about what can we do to create value for others.
That is a way of saying it. Because sometimes you wonder, why am I on this earth? And if you answer that question with to help others, you will find that your life is everything that you hoped it would be, because you're giving to others, you receive more in return. And it's just an amazing experience. And when you go, I'll just talk to you. I know your background a little bit, and you go to pray, you can pray by yourself, but when you're praying with others, there's something more than the sum is greater than the individual parts. And so when you do this, and we're talking not just doing it for yourself and not just doing it for one other person, but you do it for yourself so you can be there for others, and that extends to your community and then beyond your community. And that's how it builds. It keeps building. If other people are affected by what you do and they change the way they approach life, then they can affect others. And there's a ripple effect.
Well, James Eade, a white teacher in an all-black high school, pulled me to the side and taught me chess. This is in 1978. So in 1978, I'm in and out of foster homes. I'm making bad decisions. I'm a gang member in my teens. And a teacher said, listen, I'm going to teach you how to stop following the pawns. Don't be a pawn for crime. I'm going to teach you how to think for yourself. I said, what do you mean? He said, I'm going to teach you chess. I said, I'm a checker guru. He said, checkers, you're using half of the board. Checkers, you're using a whole board. And there's no females on a checkerboard. He said, in chess, the female is the most powerful piece on the board. So I'm going to teach you how to think strategically about your future and how to make your next move your best move. So I'm living my dream because a teacher volunteered his time to help me and purchased me a chess book. In fact, I can probably find that chess book around here somewhere. Purchased me a chess book that that changed my life.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be chess, but chess is one of the ways that you can reach young people and give them tools to make it in life. And I'm just so proud of you for what you're doing. And in case anyone wants to know how to contact Orrin, it's scrolling across the bottom of our screen now. Now, Orrin, somebody told me, I'm not sure if this is true, you correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got your own show in development. You're gonna have a show of your own. Is that not right?
Yeah, this coming Thursday, I'm gonna be having my own the Orrin Hudson show where I'm gonna be sharing with people some things that I think they can uplift and inspire and take this world to a better place. We have to all lock arms. We all live in the same house, and we have to do everything we can to get the good word out. Yeah, so this coming Thursday, I'm gonna be 4 p.m. I'm gonna be doing a little show.
That's 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see my logo up in the top right there, the Eade Foundation?
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking that maybe something like this might look good. What do you think?
Oh, looks good. Be Someone. I came up with the name Be Someone because Abraham Lincoln, his mother, her last words on the planet to Abraham Lincoln was "Be someone." And even though Abraham Lincoln had failed many times running for public office, Abraham Lincoln took those two words, "Be someone," all the way to the White House. My assignment in life is empower our young people to be someone. Brains before bullets. Think it out, don't shoot it out. The only way to fight is to use your head.
Well said. And you're living those words.
Yeah, I be someone.
Be
I,
some.
I, yeah, it's, what can we do to empower our next generation to be all God created them to be, and never settle for less than you can be. How tall will a tree grow? A tree will grow as tall as it can, but human beings, we have the power of choice. We can choose not to grow. So we teaching people to be all. It's two words: be all, be someone. Get your head up, get your pants up, get your grades up, and the big one, never give up.
There you go. And also, I'm sorry, there's let me get rid of this. I think I might have inadvertently caused an echo. Um, Apologize for that. But when you talk about living life and doing the next best move, you talked about the power of choice. That power of choice can be taken away from you. You can be in prison. There are things that you will not get in life if you make maybe a series of wrong moves, maybe just one wrong move. But as I say, you 40 good ones, one bad one, and you could lose the game. Or 40 move ones, one bad move, maybe you can still recover. And so, things can go awry in your chess game, and you could be losing the chess game. But if you fight on, you don't know what might happen.
Yeah, I was playing this a Superior Court judge, Wendell Daniels, in New Jersey. I think, originally from New York, but I love Wendell Daniels because he hired me to come to New Jersey because he said, Orrin, he said, when the kids come to my court, it's too late. He said, we got to do something to keep them from coming in my courtroom. Your Honor, I didn't mean to rob that bank. It's too late.
Yeah.
We got to do some prevention. So he hired me to do some prevention thing. But I was playing him a match, and he hadn't made, but he didn't see it. So I ended up winning the game. I said, Judge, you had made right here. Oh shoot!
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes you playing a game and you can miss your opportunity, and sometimes you can be losing the game and you can win. Because I was playing this guy, and I said, you made the one move you could not make. You could have did anything with this, and now checkmate, you lose. So sometimes you can make a move and can't recover from. So what I try to do is show young people where the landmines are. There's a jungle out here, and you have to surround yourself around people who can show you the pathway to greatness. Because the easy way is inferior. I teach chess not because it's easy. I teach chess because it's hard. Because the pathway to destruction is easy. You taking the easy way out, you'll get checkmated every time.
Easier side way, it seems like the right idea, right? When you first look at it, say, look, that ground's going downhill. Let me take it. Well, if you keep going downhill, the result may not be in your best interest. But if you take the uphill path, it might lead to a better place. So it's
Right.
not always obvious.
Well, the good things in life are upstream. Okay. A dead fish can float downstream. So the good things in life are upstream, and you got to be willing to, if you do what's easy, your life will be hard. If you do what's hard, your life will be easy. So make it okay to take trigonometry. Make it okay to take geometry, because the tougher it is, the better you get.
I agree. We tell people that chess is hard, but anybody can play it. We can teach it to anybody. We can teach it to little kids. We can sometimes their parents don't think we can teach them. We can. We can teach them, even if they're senior citizens. Excuse me. We can teach them. They can learn. Everybody can learn to play chess. Excuse me. And um, the goal here is if they learn that they can play chess, they think they can learn anything.
Right. If
And
I can do this, what else I can do that I didn't think I couldn't do?
Exactly.
because I tell people all the time that all moves are valid, all dreams are valid, and nature is neutral. The board plays no favors. If you make the right moves, you get the right results. You can do this, you can do it here, and you can do it now. Your mind is a pearl. You can change the world.
I love it. Terribly sorry that my voice seems to be going. Um, so maybe you should do more of the talking. But you're going to have your own show to do your talking.
Well, one of the things I like to share with people is that don't do the first thing that pops in your head. The first thing that pops in your head is usually a trap, is usually inferior. So here's what I say. Don't do the first thing that pops in your head. Your first crack might be a whack and you can't take it back. So think before you act.
Yeah.
Is this true? Is this honest? Is this the best move I can make? Make your next move your best move.
When I was playing chess as a younger person, I was always very impulsive with my moves, and I was a much better chess player than my performance bared out because I was playing impulsively. And an older man told me to sit on my hands, and I don't know if he meant it mentally or physically, but so that when I was sitting on my hand, I couldn't play the first move that popped in.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, sit
Yeah,
on your hand, and when you see a good move, don't do it. Look for a better move.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I love that. So when you sit on your hand, it takes you. Yeah, you can't do the first thing. Oh shoot, that's not a bad. I'll lose if I do that. Yeah, and sometimes you got to really just. I was talking to a good friend of mine. His name is Stephen Muhammad, and he was playing in the World Open. He was winning, and he was looking at the prize money he was about to win, which was about $20,000. He went to the restroom and he got back and he touched the piece he realized he should not have touched, and his $20,000 went away. And so, yeah, you gotta really,
you know,
gotta think.
I was talking to last week on the show, and he was saying how just a chance meeting kind of changed his life. He was working behind a counter, and this guy came up and he was talking to him, and they just had a conversation, and the next thing you know, that guy was producing the Shelby Lyman show about the Fisher Spassky match, and Bruce Pandolfini was on it. So
Wow,
just as things can go wrong, just seemingly by chance encounters, things can go right.
right.
You never know. You
Yeah, I got lost one day, and I was lost and uh, and turned down this road and saw a friend of mine who was walking across the street with a lot of donuts, a box of donuts. And she said, "Hey, Orrin, well, hey, here's some donuts," and gave me some. I was like, wow, out of adversity, there's always a silver lining.
and you have to stay in the game to get
And
that line.
yeah, you have to stay in the game and never give up. The biggest mistake you ever can do your entire life is to give up. Stay in the game and never give up. It happened to one of my students. I was coaching some kids in DeKalb County, Georgia, to play in a statewide chess competition. And one of my students, we were playing a chess match, and it got down to the final match, and my student Aaron Porter lost his queen, and he remembered what we teach in class. Yeah, you lost your queen, but stay in it, don't give up, and focus on what you have left, not on what you lost, and keep playing, never give up. And he battled back and ended up winning the game without his queen. So never give up.
And so many times I have saved what were technically lost positions just by being determined. If you just have that determination to persevere, another P word for you, persevere, and
Persevere.
and you just keep going.
Persist. I will persist until I win. I was playing the Georgia State champion, Stephen Muhammad, and he took my queen. And I won. And then he took my queen another time, and I won. I go, wow, I play better without my queen. And so yeah, I play harder without my queen. So sometimes you need that adversity to build that character that you need. Adversity is a way of building character. It makes you do some things you didn't think you can do.
Yeah, and it teaches you resilience. You know, when you come up against adversity and you continue and you make your way through it, then you realize that the next adversity that you have the chance to make it through that too.
I will persist until I win.
Yeah, and that's a life lesson that chess teaches us. And I think that how many kids would you say you've taught chess to, Orrin?
Over 77,000.
77.
Yeah, I've been doing this 20 years, and I'm training kids right now. We have a chess tournament this weekend, and international master Carlos Perdomo, he is partnering with me to pull off this training. So I brought him in to help me teach the kids, and we're gonna have a tournament this weekend. Now I've been training these kids for 10 weeks, and so it is gonna close out right before Christmas, where we're gonna have a tournament and we're gonna give away prizes. We're not giving away trophies. We gonna cash app you money when you win. So we giving them money if they win, um, and we just trying to serve the community, keeping children safe during a global pandemic and teaching them how to make smart moves and the power of research and development. Like in the Queen's Gambit, the series is on Netflix.
Yeah,
She did a lot of research. She did a lot of studying, and she read books. She got around people, and she took advantage of expertise when it's available. So my message is surround yourself around people who makes you better.
that's right. Very good. Now you live in Atlanta, is that right, Orrin?
I live in Stone Mountain, which is in Atlanta. Yeah.
Yeah. So something pretty interesting is coming up in Georgia, but Atlanta's going to play a key role in it. It's less than a month away, and there's somebody that I've been following and admiring for a long time, and I don't know if I'm sure you know her, Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, I know Stacy. I've met Stacy a couple times, and I got a few pictures with her on Facebook. If you Google my name and her name, it may come up. Yeah, I like Stacey Abrams. She's a good person.
She's so inspirational to me, and Atlanta's changing, isn't it? It seems to me that people are coming out, people are taking charge of their own lives, and this is what we're teaching people to do in chess. Take charge of your own game, take charge of your own life. And that I see that happening right before our eyes in Atlanta, in Georgia, through people like Stacey Abrams. Now,
Yeah, Stacey Abrams only lost. She almost was governor. I mean, I think she only lost by a few votes. And then I think there was a lot of controversy behind that. But the bottom line is, I think she's on a mission to get people registered to vote and to make an impact. And just when you work hard and you work smart, good things will happen. So just stay with it. I will persist until I win. Your mind is a pearl. You can change the world. You have everything you need to win the game. You have your mind, you have your ability, you have your talents, and you have time.
and before you prepare before you show up, because if you're
Right.
prepared, then when you show up, your chances of success are greater. So do the work before you go to the board. Do the work before you go to the boardroom. And so it's important to prepare yourself and have the tools before you need them. Not when you need them. Don't hope that they come miraculously. Prepare. Prepare.
Yeah, just do your homework, be prepared, be ready. Um, do your due diligence. Just stay constantly on the grind. Always be learning. Always better your best, and never settle for less than you can be. You can do it.
Yeah. And I also think, Orrin, that you know, I was talking about Stacey Abrams and how she's making people think that their vote matters. You know, and people were think in the past they'd think, oh, my vote doesn't matter. That it's just going to be the same old thing again and again. But you can change it. And it's the same way in life. It's the same way in chess. You can change it. It doesn't have to be the way it was. It doesn't have to be If you lost the last game, it doesn't mean you're going to lose the next game.
Right. Movement is life, and nothing happens until you make a move. And so when one person makes a move, you have to ask yourself, what just happened? What weakness did my opponent create by moving that knight? Well, because he moved that knight, then my knight can go in that hole, and this game is over. So you have to look at what just happened, and ask yourself, okay, what just happened? What is my threat? What is my opponent trying to do? What's the hidden messages that he's trying to trick me on? What is he up to? And what weakness did he create? And what can I exploit based on what he just did? How can I exploit this opportunity? Because that window of opportunity will only be there for a while. When I beat one of the top Russian grandmasters in the world, he had won more tournaments in the United States than anyone at the time. His name was Rashid Diatonov. He come to the U.S. from Russia and won a lot of tournaments. If I would have did what I did, I would never won. But I sacrificed the rook. I gave him 5 for 1, and I did it at the right time. And game over. Game over. But if I didn't do it then, he could have made a queen move, and I would have never been able to do it. So you have to strike when the iron is hot, and I will persist until I win.
And if you think you'll never get an opportunity, I would caution you to think again, because when the opportunity arises, you have to be ready for it.
Yes, you got to be prepared.
Prepare yourself to be ready for that opportunity, and you have to be aware of it. You have to recognize it. Like if you didn't see that rook move taking that pawn, then the game would have gone his way, not yours.
Right. Yeah, I had a moment of opportunity that I had to seize that moment. And that's what I teach people. Opportunity doesn't knock. Opportunity is silent. And it's waiting on someone who's trained, who has prepared himself to see that opportunity. Now, granted, opportunity is here all along, but a lot of times we're not trained to recognize it. And we don't see it, and we're not able to seize nothing we're not aware of, because it's out of our scope of understanding. So again, all you're getting, get understanding.
I couldn't agree more. And Orrin, you're a great example of doing that. You've had adversity in your life, you've overcome it, and you haven't stopped. You keep moving. And I love the idea.
Keep moving, smile it off, because failure makes you stronger. The more you fail, the stronger you get. Failure is weakness leaving the body. The more you fail, the stronger you get. Make failure your vitamin. I was watching 2020 the other day, and this billionaire was on there. He had just bought a $300 million yacht, and he said he had failed miserably 8 out of 10 times. But he learned what he did wrong, and the last 2 tries, he got it. And that's how life is. You in baseball, the Atlanta Braves will pay you $4 million a year if you can hit the ball out of the field two times out of 10. If you can hit the ball, 20% of the time, we want you. So success is not about 80%. Success is about 20%. Just get the 20% right, and your life will change forever.
You're absolutely right. And we've seen this over and over again in as we grow up and see it. And the thing we want to teach the kids is, if I've seen it too often where a kid loses a game and says, "Oh, I'm no good at it," and stops.
Stop it.
So you got to.
Every master was once a disaster. Everybody starts off at 0.
Everybody just starts off at 0.
I went to the World Open. And I was perfect. I lost 100% of the games I played. But I won one game that I didn't play by default because my opponent was late. So sometimes you can win just by showing up.
Just show up. Absolutely. You're teaching the right lessons, Orrin. It's time for me to wrap up. And I just have to tell you, I'm glad that you got this new show. Tell me again when it's going to be on.
It's going to be next Thursday at 4:00. And, it's going to be my first show. And I love for you guys to, tell people about it, and then join me in my 30-minute show of empowerment and critical thinking, decision making, and making your next move your best move.
Absolutely. Okay, Orrin, I'm going to take you backstage now, but I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. That was Orrin, Checkmate Hudson, and I hope you enjoyed the show. We're here every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Orrin's going to start his own show. It's also at 4. It's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So Eastern Time is the time that you want to be on. And of course, I'm in California. I'm on West Coast time. But this has been the Chess Files, and the answers are always out there. And if you got an answer today, that's what the Chess Files is all about. We're here to deliver for you. Thank you.